What up, everybody? It is your boy, Dalyxman, and you are watching my live Q&A right here on your boy Dalyxman's channel. And again, I do these when I can. I don't have a set schedule for these Q&As. I am working really hard to fix that, and thank you all for being patient with the on and off scheduling of my Q&As. It's something that I'm not proud of, but I do want to do this as much as possible. So again, thank you for your patience. When I have a set schedule, you will know. Until then, let's just enjoy them while they're here. This is your boy Dalyxman Sunday Q&A, and as you know how this works, when I announce a Q&A, I'll post a status on my Facebook page. So be sure to like me on Facebook. And then you go on that Facebook page, on that status, you write your question with your name and city so I can give you credit, and I'll answer as many of them as I can in the time I'm allowed. And that's usually how the Q&A works. So if you're the one guy or the one person who doesn't know how this works, that's how it works. If you're new to the channel and you want to get involved with your boy Dalyxman, a couple of things you can do. You can like the video and subscribe, which would be awesome. You can catch all this awesome content. Also, you can like me on Facebook, Q&A, follow me on Twitter, and you can donate to my PayPal or my Patreon to help a brother out. Use Super Chat or just watch the video and let those ads run. But most importantly, if you want to help expand the brand of your boy, Dalyxman, buy yourself a Dalyxman t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees. Live chat. Let's do this. Roll call. Who we got in the live chat for roll call today? We got Sydney McGonigal, one of my patrons. Always here, always watching my videos, and I appreciate that. We got Strong Style Guru, Daryl Caesar TV2, Raider Nation Sam, Bry Guy 10201, hashtag Fire Road Dog, I see you. Alton M, Jen Van Dam 420, I like that name. Joseph Strickland. We got Who Wants to Walk with Elias, Chris Topher? Chris Topher. I think you're new. You might be new here, son. Well, welcome, Mr. Topher. We got Shell Buddy. Vote for Puss. Hashtag Y. We got Ultra Shadow in the house. We got David Sakaria. I think I said that right. David Sakaria. TB Jammer. We got Cancer July 1989. Hey, I'm a Cancer myself, so it's good to see another Cancer in the live chat. Justin Long, Mad Money Mo, Jacob Tyler. We got some regulars in here. Roger Dat 91 and some new ones. That's a new name right there. God Dud. I think I said your name right. I hope I didn't. Oh no, I didn't. Not God Dud. It's Goo Dud. It looked like God because the top was cut off. So, Goo Dud and Sonic the Hedgehog. We got many more coming in. So the rest of you that came in and I didn't say your name, I still love you. I still care about you. I want to be sure that I give you all the love and respect that you are looking for, which I hope is what you're getting from your boy. I want to make sure everyone gets, their satisfactory levels met in whatever shape or form that you're looking from your boy Dalyxman. So, before we get into the Q&A, I have a lot of questions. Let me see how many questions I have on my Facebook page before I just pop off with this Q&A. Right now, it's only 35, which is fine, because this is one of those Q&As I kind of did last minute. I'm very good at posting these the morning of. This was posted literally 3 hours ago, so 32 questions makes a lot of sense. But I want to spend the majority of this video fantasy booking. Because I had someone, forgot his name, but I had someone earlier on in the week ask me to do a fantasy booking of Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. So in this video, I want to go ahead and use a big portion of the Q&A to do that. How would I book The Miz versus Daniel Bryan. And you're going to be surprised when I tell you this, but I believe this feud is one of the easiest feuds to book. It's one of the easiest feuds to book today. Like, you would have to try really hard, really hard to mess this up. And apparently I mispronounced Go Dude's name. It's Go Dude, not Gowdud. Although it's spelled Goudud, Gowdud, but it's pronounced Go Dude. Like, go, G-O, and then dude, D-U-D-E. Why not just say Go Dude? Why are you trying to confuse me, man? Regardless. So let's go ahead and get started with the fantasy booking. So, how would your boy Dalyxman book Bryan Danielson versus The Miz? Or, excuse me, Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. So, as I said before, it's an easy feud to book. Why is it easy? Because all you have to do is keep The Miz far away from Bryan. Not Bryan, but Bryan. I don't know who Bryan is, but keep him far away from Bryan until they have their eventual match. And there are several ways you can do this. I hear that The Miz is coming to SmackDown this Tuesday, and we're all expecting him to come face to face with Daniel Bryan. I do think they should have one promo with each other. That shouldn't hurt. You have The Miz go out there, he's talking smack about how SmackDown has meant nothing since he's been gone, and he hears that a certain wrestler has returned to the ring, and then Bryan goes out there to confront him, and then maybe you do something along the lines of Bryan tries to get into the ring, he tries to hurt The Miz, but he doesn't touch him. There are several ways we can do this. Here's the biggest thing I think they should do. Before Bryan gets his hands on The Miz, outruns Big Cass. And Big Cass beats the hell out of Bryan. And then it's announced that Big Cass is the new bodyguard of The Miz. He is the Diesel to The Miz's Shawn Michaels. And I think that pairing, first off, sounds awesome. I think those two can really work that out. But that makes a lot of sense. You can use Big Cass to make Miz his heater. And that plays into who the Miz is, what he's been about, because he's always had a entourage around him. He's always had people supporting him. So I think that actually works. Big Cass and Miz. And then what we do, I'm already setting up a match for Backlash, by the way. What we do for Backlash, Big Cass versus Daniel Bryan. And the story is, for Bryan to get to The Miz, he has to get through Big Cass. Because Big Cass is the big wall stopping Bryan from getting to The Miz. And then once he gets through Big Cass, then there's this idea, alright, Bryan's finally going to get his hands on Miz. That's why I think, probably for that first match, Bryan shouldn't beat Big Cass. And that's okay. Everyone's going to be pissed off. Oh my god, Bryan's going to lose to Big Cass. I don't really mind Bryan losing to Big Cass because it sets up a long-term story. I think, honestly, if we work this well, we can get Bryan and Miz to SummerSlam. And maybe even beyond that. But what I would do Big Cass versus Bryan at Backlash. But create the story of the reason why Bryan wants to beat up Big Cass is because Big Cass is in the way of him getting to Miz. See, in this instance, Miz is like the WWE Championship. We want Bryan to get to his goal, which is to beat the living hell out of the Miz. So we need to dangle that carrot in front of their faces for as long as possible. And the whole point of this story is to create instances where Bryan gets that close, really close, to beating up the Miz, and just before he can stab the dagger through his heart, Miz escapes. And Miz continues to escape. He continues to escape. He continues to escape. And then Miz will find ways to outsmart Bryan. He will find ways to get into Bryan's head and really play with his emotions. And if you make that story go all the way to SummerSlam, where they finally have a match, is Bryan versus The Miz, I'm telling you right now, this feud could potentially be WWE's feud of the year. Because the time they actually do have a clean one-on-one match, it's going to be big. It's going to mean something. So that was the problem here, not even a problem, the question, I won't even say problem, that just sounds negative. I'll say, the question you have is, how do we get this feud all the way to SummerSlam? Okay, so Big Cass is one thing. Okay, after he beats Big Cass, now what? Here's another thing we can do. Let's say Paige, who's the GM, is sick and tired of Miz running away from Bryan, because every single time Bryan comes on TV, he tries to get his hands on Miz, and Miz either no-shows, or he's dodging him, he's running away, and then Paige orders the Miz to fight Bryan. I'm ordering you to fight Daniel Bryan tonight. And then Miz says, you know what? You know what, Paige? I'm done running. I am sick and tired of people calling me a coward. Playing back into that 2016 promo when they had that little argument during Talking Smack, which made The Miz a household name. One of his best promos, if not the greatest promo he ever cut on anybody. Because that's where this stems from. All of this stems from that promo they cut on each other in 2016 during Talking Smack. Bryan called him a coward. Miz lost his mind. I'm not the coward. You're the coward. If you're so adamant about wrestling, why don't you quit and go back to the bingo hall? You know, all that kind of stuff where Bryan just straight up lost his temper and just walked out. It was awesome. We need to play into that. So let's say the pay-per-view in June, which is Money in the Bank. Okay, Money in the Bank comes around, and Paige orders The Miz to fight Bryan. And Miz says, okay, fine. We get to the pay-per-view. Bryan comes out, Miz's music hits, and out walks a stunt double. A stunt double. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now it's getting good. Doesn't that sound good? Kind of like Doink the Clown has different versions of himself. I would have Miz have different versions of himself. He's an actor, right? Why not have stunt doubles? You can get some indie talent, get some local wrestler to come in that looks like Miz, make that work, and then he's a Miz stunt double. And then Bryan ends up fighting a stunt double, and he beats him, of course. It's a squash match, but it's like, god damn it, what the hell? And then Miz comes out on SmackDown the very next night and goes, oh yeah, look man, I had a gig to take care of in Hollywood. I couldn't make it that night. Now someone just said Damien Sandow, which would be amazing. I don't know if we can get Damien Sandow to come back, but that would be great. Some kind of stunt double. And then of course the next pay-per-view after that would be, I don't know what's in July. I'm not too sure what's in July. But whatever they try to do in July, maybe you can do a tag match. Maybe you can do something where Miz and the tag partner goes up against Bryan and the tag partner. But even then, Miz steers far away from Bryan. And I personally would have Miz win that match just to kind of create the idea that Miz keeps escaping from Bryan until they have their singles match at SummerSlam, where Bryan finally has a clean one-on-one match against Miz and he beats him. And see, what I love about this feud is that, first off, their first match, like the actual first match they have at SummerSlam, could just be the start of a trilogy. You can do another match at the next pay-per-view, and then have it conclude at Survivor Series in like an Extreme Rules match or a cage match, where there's a lot of heat behind it. Because I see these two really building some heat with this. I don't know how Miz and Bryan feel about each other in real life, but I get the feeling that they really don't like each other. Or they do a very good job of convincing the audience they don't like each other. So we can play that into the match. And I can see them having some brutal, strong, downright crazy matches. Extreme Rules, Steel Cage, Falls Count Anywhere. I see these two going nuts on each other. But what's going to make this feud work is the patience and the longevity of keeping Miz far away from Bryan. They had to play up the fact that Miz is scared of Bryan. Because who wouldn't be scared of Bryan if you spent a year stealing his moves, calling him a coward, belittling him, and yelling in his face, knowing that he can't lay a hand on you because he was not allowed to. He couldn't wrestle. He couldn't come back. He was concussed. He had a history of injuries. So, yeah, it made a lot of sense for Miz to be all in his face and, giving him a hard time because Bryan couldn't do anything about it. Now Bryan can, and Miz is like, well, crap. all the shit that I said to him is probably gonna come back to bite me in the ass. So I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna stay far away from him as possible. That's how I would do it. That essentially is how I would book the feud. Now, the question is, how long can this go? What is a good stopping point for this feud? Well, honestly, if they want to, they could have this go all the way to not SummerSlam. Screw that, Survivor Series. I might even push this as far as Royal Rumble next year if they really, really do it right. That would probably have to mean Miz will get the championship at one point. I would love for Bryan and Miz to wrestle for the WWE Championship. I don't think that's going to happen, because that means the Miz would beat AJ Styles for the title. Don't see that happening. However, I can see these two having an awesome World Championship feud if they want to push it that far. But the thing is, it doesn't need it. It doesn't need a championship. So that really is how I would book this. I wouldn't even have a championship with it. It's just a blood feud. Straight up blood feud. It gives something for Bryan to do. It gives something for Miz to do. And then depending on how well the feud goes, if you want to give Miz a championship and then revisit this feud next year, I'm cool with that. But I think this is definitely a feud we can see being a contender of feud of the year. Now, give me your thoughts about this down below, because I want to hear what else people are saying about this. How do you feel about the booking? What would you add to it? What would you do to change it up? Because I'm very curious to see what you guys would say. So that's how I would do it. So let's go to the live chat. Let's see what's going on in the live chat here. Well, first off, we got some super chats we gotta read. Mr. Michael Law, 2011. Thank you for your super chat. Please read the list on Paige on the WWE site. What's going on with Paige on the WWE site? The other super chat is from Y2Jake, 2002. They're having Bryan and Miz fight house shows, which is good, because what's happening is they get to find out how the other works. So by the time they have their real match at SummerSlam, whenever, it's gonna be a big deal. So I'm cool with that. I missed some other super chats apparently. Let me go back and catch them. Or were those two that I read the super chats? Okay, those were the super chats. And thank you, Ultra Shadow. Apparently, Extreme Rules is the July pay-per-view. Thank you, I appreciate that, day. I'm just saying, they can go somewhere with this feud, man. So where is this Paige list on WWE.com? Because I'm looking at it right now. Is it this the most? Is this it? The most dominant female duos in WWE history? Is that the list you want me to look at? Cause it looks dumb. Sorry, I'm just like, okay, this seems like one of those random lists that they like to make just because. Or is there another thing that you want me to look at? Let me see what this is. Oh, okay, that's not it. I was about to say, the 5 things she could do as a GM. Let's see here. Okay, while I'm looking this up, let me read some comments here. Ultra Shadow says, I would have Miz win Money in the Bank and cash in on Bryan at SummerSlam after he won the WWE Championship from Nakamura. Oh, that's messed up. I love that idea. I'm giving you an invisible high five, but I love that. That's great. That's really, really cool. Let's see here. Okay, I don't see Paige's let me see. Let me search Paige real quick. Let's see. S.Dollar. I think I say it right. Is it Dollar or Dola? I'm gonna go with S.Dollar. I'm not okay with mediocrity, but they do better than what everyone rates them. If people didn't like it, they wouldn't watch. Don't sound like JD from NY now. Huh? Who is she talking about? Oh, she's talking to somebody else. He's talking to somebody else. Sorry about that, buddy. I didn't know if you were talking to me or not. So Paige Someone send me a link to the Paige thing, because I'm not doing very well finding it on WWE's.com site. They just had this all kind of messed up. Wait a minute. There it is. Okay. So this is what Mr. Michael Law wanted me to read. 5 controversial decisions we'd like to see Paige make as SmackDown Live general manager. Okay. The first one is create women's tag team titles. Who are the tag teams? Other than Iconics. Like, what other tag teams do you have? So that'd be kind of... Again, if you want to do that, cool, but you need an actual roster of women with depth. Which the SmackDown roster right now, it has some depth, but not enough to warrant tag team titles. That's just my thoughts. Bring back Talking Smack. She better bring back Talking Smack. Man, I know she can't because she's not really in charge. But why the hell did we get rid of Talking Smack? I thought that show was great. I thought that was one of the best parts of the network. Not just SmackDown, but the network. I love the freedom the superstars had on that show and how they were able to really just talk. Matter of fact, this decision could actually help out Bryan and Miz, because again, it really plays into the freedom that they had during Talking Smack to really add some heat to their feud. So personally, I would bring it back just for Bryan and Miz. Establish a relationship with NXT that will allow any NXT superstars to compete on a given week. Whoa! So basically make SmackDown the feeder for NXT. Basically, all the NXT superstars go to SmackDown first. I'm cool with that. I actually like that idea. Who made this? Who made this list? This is a good idea. That actually sounds good too, because you can have Aleister Black compete against somebody. Maybe like someone on SmackDown. I can't think of nobody right now. Maybe not even anybody on SmackDown. Maybe he could just fight an NXT superstar on SmackDown and then use that as a way to introduce him to get more people to watch SmackDown. More people to watch NXT. Or get more people to watch SmackDown who are NXT fans. That's smart. It's a good idea. A championship that is defended every Tuesday night. So basically make the U.S. Championship the workhorse belt. Shouldn't they already be doing that? Isn't that what John Cena did? You know, he defended his belt every single night. Bring back more surprise WWE alumni to keep the WWE Universe guessing. They should just do that on both shows. Not just SmackDown. They should do that on Raw as well. I would like once in a while to see a Rey Mysterio come back and wrestle on Raw or SmackDown. Or a Carlito or a Mr. Kennedy or you know who. It doesn't have to just happen on the Raw after WrestleMania. It should happen throughout the entire year. So that number 5 one should just happen on both shows. But I agree with number 4, championship defended every night. I agree with number 3, number 2, and then I don't agree with number 1. Number 1, that's not right now. But 2, 3, and 4, I love it. I love that idea. But I'm okay with that for the most part. Again, it's just, for me, 2, 3, and 4 are more plausible and something I would get behind. 5, you can... yes, 5, but you should be doing that, period. For both Raw and SmackDown. It's called making your shows must-see. Spontaneous. We don't go into the shows knowing what's going to happen before it happens. It's not as predictable. You know. Make it unpredictable as much as possible. Don't you think? Alright. So, with that said, let's go to the Q&A. Let's go straight to this Q&A corner. And first up from Atlanta, Georgia is Ultra Shadow. Nicholas, what are your favorite non-wrestling YouTube channels? My favorite non-wrestling YouTube channels. A lot of them are gaming channels. Markiplier, MatPat. Oh, I'm sorry. Game Theory. The Game Theorist. Let's see. I was subscribed to PewDiePie. I kind of stopped watching him. I don't know what it is about PewDiePie. He doesn't work for me no more. I am Cupquake. Let's see here. There's a lot of them. I do like Philip DeFranco. I go to him for my news. I trust him a lot. He might not be on YouTube no more. The Fine Brothers, of course. Boogie. I forgot the numbers, but you know who I'm talking about. Boogie. Who else? Like, I should just go on my subscription box and just see who I got. Recently subscribed to Tyrone Magnus. Recently subscribed to The Gabby Show. I think a lot of these females I've subscribed to. See, the thing about me back in the day, I don't do this anymore. But back in the day, I would subscribe to females because they were very attractive, like most of you did. I'll be honest to say that. Oh my God, I want her to be my wife. I'm going to subscribe to her. Nowadays, that's just not enough. Like, there are too many attractive women, and I think a lot of women use how they look, the fact that they have good bodies and they are attractive to get views, and that's kind of a turnoff. So, for me, yes, do have eye candy. Yes, you should look appealing, but at the same time, if you say something I agree with, if you're down to earth, if you're cool, if you're relatable, I'll subscribe to you. Liza. You know, Liza's somebody that I'm subscribed to. I don't check out her videos too much. Do I think she's attractive? Yeah, but would I date her? That's a straight up college friend, if I ever met her. Lily Singh, Superwoman? That's wifey material right there. I don't think she would ever mess with me, though. She would never, ever, you get with your boy. She look at me and go, heh! And then walk out the room. But I do like her for what she is. I do think she's, for the most part, she's entertaining. I do like some of her videos. I do like her impersonations of her parents. I do like her top 10, top 5 reasons videos. Those are my favorite videos she does. I'm not necessarily a fan of her skits. I don't know. It feels like she tries too hard to be funny in her skits, which is, you know, do you. Do you, hon. Do you. There are some skits that are funny. Usually with people like The Rock in them, and of course the comedy ones. When you have people like that in them, they're going to be funny. By the way, to say something about Superwoman. She's cheating. That's cheating. When she's able to get people like The Rock and Michelle Obama and Stephanie McMahon all in her videos, I'm like, nah, man, that's cheating. You can't be doing that. You can't be doing that, man. That's cheating. That's not fair. I envy her, and you know, I wish I could do that myself, but that's cheating, man. You can't be doing that to me. No, I don't watch Rice Gum. No, I don't watch iDubbbz either. I'm not a fan of that stuff. H3H3, yes. I am not subscribed to him, but I have seen his stuff. Again, these are non-wrestling channels. Screw Attack. That's Death Battle, in case you don't know what that is. I'm actually looking at my subscription list right now to be sure I don't miss anybody. I already said Fine Bros React videos. Screen Junkies, I'm subscribed to them. I'm also subscribed to, well, OK Fave's a wrestling channel, so I can't say him. A lot of these are wrestling channels. Bat in the Sun. Bat in the Sun is a live action fantasy, basically a fantasy version of Death Battle. A live action version of it. There's this one fight they did, Batman versus Darth Vader. Bro, freaking badass. It's that, the Green Ranger versus Ryu, and the Right Ranger. The White, not the Right Ranger. Right to censor, Right Ranger. The White Ranger versus Scorpion that I really like. So, I think, for the most part, that's everything. Everybody else is wrestling. OTR Essential, Good Mic Work. I got a couple of people that people don't know about. Patrick's Crazy Place. I'm also subscribed to Solid Monster, of course. These are the people you all know about. Yeah, so I think I got everybody. I feel like I'm missing someone. I don't know. I feel like, oh yeah, Emma Blackery. That's Emma Blackery, who is basically, that's my best friend. I don't really know her in real life, but that's my best friend. I already said the Gabby Show. I already said, oh, Up Up Down Down. Yeah, but he's a wrestling channel, so that doesn't count. Okay, so that's about it. Those are all people that I know about. But thank you guys. Thank you for that question, Ultra Shadow. So let's go ahead and get to another question. Another question from Brian G. Brian G from Long Beach, California. California. Alright, so been a fan of yours for a while. Wondering how you got started and what you attribute your success to over the years. You do a fantastic job always. Well, thank you, Mr. Brian G. So, I started my YouTube channel in 2010. And I was always watching wrestling commentary. I think the first person I ever watched was Good Mic Work, and he knows this. I always told him this. He is the reason why I started YouTube, because I feel like during those days there was Spinnernet, there was I'm going back, True Slayer, who's still here, doesn't do a lot of videos, but he's still around. There was I forgot their names. Oh no, Mitch. Wrestling Gurus. There was Wrestling Gurus. There was many wrestling YouTubers back then. And there was something about Good Mic Work that was fair, objective, honest, that really got me into thinking, you know what, I could do this. So, the day Brian was released in 2010, I made a video, and I never looked back. What do I attribute my success to? Luck. I gotta be real with you, luck. How I got recognized isn't really through my commentary channel. It's through my mashup channel. I would go on and find some theme songs on WWE's YouTube channel, and I would go, oh, I can mash that with this and mash that with that. And then I would do it, and next thing I know, WWE messages me, emails me, and goes, we want you to be on our channel. And ever since I got that nice gig, my channels, both of them, blew up. And that's how I got recognized. That's how your boy Dalyxman got recognized for the most part. And then, of course, I don't have that job no more. And I don't think I've been growing as much since then. But that is basically how I got to the 20,000 something subscribers that people like Solid Monster and many others who are, you know, much better than me at this have either are at or have surpassed. So for me, a lot of the success I have is attributed to that, but also my fan base. I feel like I have one of the best fan base, at least for YouTubers in the world. Bill and Doug, I have not seen a lot of Bill and Doug. I know about them. I had a beef with one of them on Twitter. Don't even remember what it was about. Yes, I do. I was watching some ROH pay-per-view that I don't even know which one it was. I think it was like Final Battle or something like that. And I was streaming it. And he was upset that I wasn't paying money to watch it. To which I said, oh, okay. What are you going to do about it? And then he tried to argue with me, how would you like it if I didn't buy a WWE pay-per-view and supported your favorite Daniel Bryan? I'm just like, I wouldn't care. Because I'm supporting him. It was over something stupid. He doesn't even buy pay-per-views to watch WWE anymore. He streams WWE pay-per-views, so who is he to come on here and tell me I shouldn't stream ROH? So it was over something dumb. It was over something that, quite frankly, was so childish and so, I don't even know. But, yeah, I do know Bill and Doug. I don't really watch their videos, though. But, I basically got lucky. That's why I'm where I am. And I know I'm lucky. I am a lucky bastard. And I'm proud of everybody that continues to support me. I'm not the greatest at this job. I'm not the greatest in the world when it comes to YouTube videos. I know that. In terms of content and quality, I guess I'm good enough, but I can be better. I'm always pushing myself. I'm always making myself, how do I put this? I'm always looking to see how I can go to that next level. Because if I'm happy with where I am, that means I've gotten lazy, I've become stagnant, and it's probably time to quit. So I'm always looking to get better. Okay, so from Birmingham, Alabama, we got Brendan Ryan. What do you think is the worst finisher of all time? The worst finisher of all time. Oh, what are some finishers that really got on my nerves? The Colossus one that I really don't like. I don't like Jinder Mahal's finisher. I don't like Lars Sullivan's finisher. I don't think anybody doing that slam, it just doesn't work for me. I'm trying to think. You know what one I really hate? Hold on, let me make sure I do it right. Cobra. I hate the Cobra. At first, I thought it was hilarious because when Santino Marella, we'll talk about him in a second, but Santino Marella, when he first started doing it, it was a joke. He was a jobber that everyone loved seeing on TV because anytime he would do it, he would hit and it would do nothing. When it really got on my nerves is when it started to actually be a finisher. When he actually started pitting people with it. That was garbage. That, I hated. That, to me, was part of the reason why I was just, so done with Santino Marella and a lot of things they did. But yeah, I think that might be it. The Cobra. That might be the worst finisher of all time. I don't know anything else. I'm okay with the KO punch. I'm okay with Bayley's finisher, Bayley to belly, with the way it's been used and the way it's been played up. I'm cool with that. I don't know. I think the Cobra might be the worst one. Moving on. Ryan Alford from Victoria, Texas, which is where Stone Cold Steve Austin's from, I believe. As a long-term fan, we all know the high points and low points of each era in wrestling. Each with its own stars, but what if things were a bit different? Okay. What 3 current roster members do you believe could have thrived if they had to come up in the 80s and early 90s? If I was going to be honest with you, I think any one of these wrestlers nowadays would have thrived in the early 90s and 80s. Well, a good 80% of them. But you're asking me which one of them would be huge stars. Maybe, perhaps, a Hulk Hogan. If not Hulk Hogan, a Macho Man level of stardom. I can give you 3. One for sure that I know would have worked back then is Brock Lesnar. Like, he would have been, he's already massive today. He would have been even bigger back then. If they would have done Brock Lesnar the way he is now back then, oh my lord, he would have been massive. But that's an easy pick. You want to hear someone that's up and coming, right? Aleister Black would have been big. I think if he had the booking that, I mean, you take what's being done with him now in NXT and put him back then, he would have been massive. AJ Styles definitely would have done well back then. Well, I say that. This was during a time when characters meant more than wrestling. So maybe AJ wouldn't have done so well. Maybe not. I'm trying to think. Can I say... I'm going to say Dean Ambrose. I think if you have Dean Ambrose as Jon Moxley, like the Jon Moxley character where he could be a little bit more free and just wild like he was back in the Indies, oh yeah, he would have been amazing. He would have tore things up back in the day. I'm trying to think. The thing is with this question is there's so many people that could have done it. I'm trying to get the best ones. Bray Wyatt would have been really good. Man, Bray Wyatt as he is now. Woke and Matt Hardy too. Yeah, I like Matt Hardy. I'll tell you what. There's my three. Bray Wyatt, Aleister Black, and Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose, Aleister Black, and Bray Wyatt. That's what I got right now. I'm certain you can throw AJ, Bryan, Miz, all of them back then, all of them into the past, and they'll work out just fine. Including CM Punk. Absolutely. CM Punk is an old school wrestler. That's the kind of guy that we should have been getting. But, yeah, that's who I would. Those are the top three guys I think could have worked back in the 80s and 90s. Jake from New Jersey. Hey, Dalyxman. What's up, Jake? Did you read Ricochet was called a future world champion by The Rock? And if so, do you think that those comments increase Ricochet's chances of succeeding when he gets to the main roster? So basically, he was endorsed by The Rock. I did not know that. But knowing that he was endorsed by The Rock, I can see why they let him keep his style. Because I've been very worried about Ricochet coming to the main roster, or just NXT period, WWE, because WWE is notorious for limiting talent in terms of what they can do. They tell them that you can't do this and you can't do that, you can't wrestle like this, you can't wrestle like that, and that scares me. That scared me when it comes to talents like Ricochet, who is so good, so versatile inside the ring. You want to see him really showcase his ability as much as possible. And when I hear The Rock is endorsing him, that gives me hope that he's going to be able to do him. Ricochet will be a huge star wherever he goes, especially in WWE, if he's able to be Ricochet. You gotta let him be Ricochet. And if The Rock endorsed Ricochet as Ricochet, to answer your question, yeah, I do think that's increased his odds. His chances of being a big star in the main roster. So I think he's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be really good. Let's see here. Isaiah Webb from Norfolk, Virginia. Even with me accomplishing a childhood goal of meeting a wrestler, I can't watch a show with Becky Lynch on it in peace without my dad giving his irrelevant opinion, asking me on why I wanted to meet, oh, I love this, meet that fake random wrestling chick. Wow. So bad, and why I still have pics I took with her in my poster she personally signed. It's irritating that he doesn't understand. There's more to this. Let me get all this comment up. See more. It's irritating if he doesn't understand it. He thinks his criticism is towards blah, 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 blah. It's irritating that if he doesn't understand it, he thinks his criticism is toward her matters. How would you deal with this nonsense? Like how I would deal with anybody else that says wrestling's fake. Tell them, okay, movies are fake. I see you're a fan of... He's a guy, so he's got like a female... I'm just going to name a random female actor, Jennifer Lawrence. You're a fan of Jennifer Lawrence. You liked her in... Name a random movie... Blah! Yeah, you liked her in Blah. I don't know any... I'm trying to think of a... Hunger Games? Sure, whatever. You liked her in Hunger Games. Hey, that movie's fake. She can't really shoot any arrows, but you like that movie. What's wrong with you? That's what I would tell people all the time. You like movies, right? Do you see anybody giving you a hard time for watching and liking a movie or a character in a movie? He's fake. Why would you like that? Oh, that's not how she really is in real life. Why would you like her? Why would you want to be a fan of hers? That's why I don't pay attention to people that say anything is fake. Like, yeah, it's scripted. Yeah, it's predetermined, but first off, what they do inside the ring is not fake. But regardless of if it was fake, who cares? I like it. I'm entertained by it. People in the live chat are saying just ignore them. Me personally, I'm just like, okay, Becky Lynch is awesome. Hell yeah, if I can get a picture with Becky Lynch, no, nothing dirty. It's just a picture. Just hey, what's up? That's it. If I can get a picture with her, it'd be good. I love this. TLB, Damax says, tell him porn acting is fake. Ah, stop it. Stop it, man. That's ridiculous. Everything on TV is fake. Yeah, 90% of everything you see on TV is fake. 90% of everything you see on TV is fake. What about the news? The news likes to use propaganda as well to get your interest, to raise ratings. So you can't even trust the news most of the time. But yeah, that's something we all deal with. People calling wrestling fake. Since it reflects her real life persona, do you think Mickie James should use her hardcore country gimmick that she used in TNA to help her get over? Personally, I've always thought Psycho Mickie was the best thing she ever did. And I know we can't do that now because it's PG. But before she retires, I want to have Psycho Mickie return one good time. Hell, I want to have Psycho Mickie versus Ronda Rousey. Imagine Psycho Mickie from 2005, 2006. That same Psycho Mickie going up against Ronda Rousey. You pay good money to see that, would you? I would. Who would want to see? Y'all tell me right now, y'all wouldn't want to see Psycho Mickie versus Ronda Rousey? I pay good money to see that. But Hardcore Country, I didn't hate either. If she was heel, like she is now, Hardcore Country would definitely work for her. So, yeah, I'm cool with it. Because I know she hasn't really connected with the audience since she came back. I think Psycho Mickie would be the best thing you can do from her. But yeah, I'm cool with Hardcore Country Mickie. Joseph Hudson from England. What WWE superstar in today's roster could have been moved over in a different area of WWE? So basically what you're asking me is what, who asked me that? 90s question. Wait, Ryan Alford asked me. I said 3 of them. Dean Ambrose, Bray Wyatt, and who was the other one? Brock Lesnar. Aleister Black. Okay, Aleister Black. So those are my answers to you as well. Big Lou from Baltimore. Would you put Aleister Black on Raw or SmackDown? That's a Raw guy. I would stick him right on the flagship show. Because that's someone I want eyes on all the time. I believe if booked right, Aleister Black could be this generation's Undertaker when Taker retires. It could have been Bray Wyatt. Not anymore. Not anymore. I think Aleister Black might be the new face of darkness. I can see him really playing up that gimmick, or a gimmick similar to what Taker used to do. So, yeah, absolutely. Sam Katz. If you can put 3 guys from Lucha Underground and NXT... Wait. On NXT, not NXT. Who would it be? 3 guys from Lucha Underground to NXT. Ooh, that's hard. That's really hard. Damn it! There's too many! Just to answer your question, Pentagon Jr., Pentagon Dark, Pentagon, Phoenix, El Phoenix. Oh man, there's too many. I gotta answer the question. Fine. Aerostar. But I want. You just gave me 3, man. But just to answer your question, Pentagon, Phoenix, Aerostar. Next, Lord have mercy. Jake from Boston. From NXT, name 3 superstars you could see being WWE champion if they are not ruined. Really? Just like that? Well, anybody. No, I'm joking. For sure, Adam Cole, Velveteen Dream, Aleister Black. That's probably the easiest picks I can think of. Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Again, assuming that they're not ruined. I can see them eventually getting to the main event scene. It might take them a little bit longer. They will get there one day. If not ruined. Again, they could get there. But I don't see them having a guaranteed run with that championship. Velveteen Dream, Aleister Black, and... who was the other one? Adam Cole. I see holding that belt. If not ruined, I see those 3 just really tearing it up. For sure. Danny Palmer from Hollywood, Florida. At this point, Who's your NXT Mount Rushmore? Wow, my NXT Mount Rushmore. I didn't even think about this. Who helped make NXT what it is today? Alright. Sami Zayn, for sure. Sami Zayn, he's one of the best performers of NXT. Seth Rollins, because he was the first NXT champion. Bayley? I'm trying to think either Bayley or Sasha Banks. It's either Bayley, Sasha Banks, or Charlotte. Who personified NXT more? I'm going to go with Bayley. So, Sami Zayn, Bayley, Seth Rollins, and... See, this is hard. I can say Bo Dallas. I can say Big E. I can say Finn Balor. I can say Joe, Nakamura. This is hard. This is hard. I guess I had to say maybe Triple H. No, I can't say Triple H. I know he owns it, but this is in terms of the people on it. Oh, Neville. Tell you what. Zayn. Neville. I guess Finn Balor. I do like Finn Balor. Okay, see, I like this list right here. I like this list. People, Rollins, Zayn, Neville, Balor. Rollins, Zayn, Neville, Balor. Actually, that's a good list. Rollins, Sami Zayn, Neville, and Balor. There you go. There you go. There's your NXT 4. There's your NXT 4. I just stole that right from Ultra Shadow. Shane McKeever. From Detroit. Who on SmackDown should be the one to beat AJ Styles for the WWE Championship? Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe. Samoa. Not Samoa, but Samoa Joe should beat AJ Styles. I do think that is the kind of guy I can see holding that belt for a long time and being a legit champion. Again, Samoa Joe is basically the perfect combination or the perfect replacement for Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman. For real. Brock Lesnar just stands there while Paul Heyman talks. Samoa Joe can just stand there, look intimidating, and still talk. So, yeah, Samoa Joe, I would have him beat AJ Styles for the championship. Then you can do him and Styles and Bryan going forward. But, more than likely what they'll do is have Nakamura do it. I think Nakamura will probably beat him first before Samoa Joe beats him. Which is cool with me. I'm fine with that. But yeah, Samoa Joe. Not Samoa. Samoa Joe. Ross from Glasgow. Wow, I can't speak English. Ross from Glasgow, Scotland. Who do you see ending Okada's legendary IWGP Championship reign? I have no idea. I thought it was going to be Naito. I was certain it was going to be Naito. It's not Naito. So now I'm thinking, I have no idea who's going to beat him. Omega? Ibushi? I don't know. It's a good question. We'll have to see. We will have to see about that. That's a good question. Robert from San Francisco, California. I recently did a fantasy booking for a potential match between Cedric Alexander and Triple H. Okay, interesting. Which I think would be the best opportunity for Cedric to transition from cruiserweight to main event player or major player. Do you agree with my choice of opponent? And if not, who do you think would be perfect for Cedric to face to make said transition? Well, first off, I am absolutely fine with Cedric versus Triple H. I think Triple H would make Cedric look like $1 million. Like he's made Ronda look like $1 million. Like he's made many others look like $1 million. The only person he didn't let look like $1 million is Sting. I don't know what the deal is with Sting. What happened to Sting in 2015 was a bunch of bull. Don't know why I was cracking my voice on the end of my notes. My sentences there. I apologize. But yeah, Sting. Poor guy. I just feel like he got the shaft. He really did. But yeah, I'm cool with that. If not Triple H, transition from cruiserweight to major player. Jinder Mahal. Sorry, I had to come up with somebody. I don't know. That's a good question. But I like that idea. Triple H and Cedric is good. And your second question, what are you most looking forward to seeing in the Avengers Infinity War? I'm looking forward to seeing who dies. Sorry. I have this crazy theory that this is going to be very accurate to the comic book. And spoiler alert, you all know how this works. In the comic book of the Avengers Infinity War, everybody dies. All of them. Now, I don't see everyone dying because they can't. They have movies coming up. So don't worry about me spoiling Infinity War for you. I don't see everybody dying. But I do think someone's going to die. And my prediction is Captain America. I think Captain's about to be out. I think Iron Man will survive. I think Thor. See, I have some questions about Thor as well. I think he might be out. I think Chris Hemsworth. Yeah, didn't he say his contract expires soon? Yeah, they might kill off Thor. They're gonna kill. I'm thinking they're gonna kill off Cap. That's gonna be sad as hell. They might throw a Rich in there and kill off freaking Hulk. I didn't think about that. Like, they don't have any Hulk movies coming up. They might kill him off. Let me see here. I'm trying to think. They can't kill off Black Widow. They probably can. I don't know. They probably will kill her off. I'm gonna go with those picks. Captain America, Thor, and Hulk. That's who I think they'll kill off. Although my crazy prediction is everybody dies. Although they can't kill everybody. What are your top 5 favorite films from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU? Shoot. Man. Black Panther, Thor 3, Avengers 3, Captain America 3, Captain America 2, and Avengers. There you go. There's so many others I love, but those are the top 5 I got. Aaron Sherwood, Super Chat. Thank you, sir. Who should win the greatest Royal Rumble on Friday? I have my prediction video coming tomorrow. We'll talk about it then. But let's go ahead and finish this up. Couple more, then I'm going to get out of here, guys. Florence from South Carolina. Is Jinder Mahal the greatest wrestler in WWE right now? Ha! You're funny. You're funny. Should Jinder Mahal versus Brock Lesnar happen at the greatest Royal Rumble? And do you see Jinder Mahal winning the WWE Championship again? So, Florence. You see that door? You see that door right there, Florence? I want you to walk out of it. I want you to keep walking. I want you to go out the front door. And I want you to go into the middle of the street. And I want you to stand there. Just stand there. While you're standing there, you'll find out. Because you're going to hear a big boop and then splat. And that's why I think about your question, sir. Asking them crazy questions. What's wrong with you? And look at these laugh emojis on here. He's crying, laughing. You think that's funny, huh, Florence? Wait, he's from Florence, South Carolina. Your actual name is... Oh, your actual name is Chase. Okay, sorry, my bad. Your actual name is Chase. You're from Florence, South Carolina. I don't care, Chase, Florence, whatever your name is. You can take your ass out that door and get your ass chased by a dog outside for all I care. Don't ask some stupid questions again. The hell's out of here. Conrad from Lithuania. Do you see Ziggler and Drew going far as a tag team? Hell nah. This is WWE's way of revisiting Diesel and Shawn Michaels with Dolph Ziggler. Eventually, Drew will break away from Ziggler and he'll be a main event player. Kind of like what they're doing with Big Cass and Miz. But Miz and Big Cass will do it better. In my opinion. Do you personally like or dislike that there is 4 different Spider-Man series? In total 3 reboot remakes. Yeah. I kind of wish we would have just stuck with one, but at the same time, I do like how each one has its own flavor. I still love the Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man films, the first two. The third one never existed. The third one sucked. But in terms of the overall series, I really liked Sam Raimi's portrayal of Spider-Man. In terms of Andrew Garfield, the first Spider-Man film was good. The second one I didn't like so much. Tom Holland, to me, has been the best portrayal of Spider-Man. He's the perfect mix between Peter Parker, Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker, and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. It's a perfect mix of both of them. That's just my opinion. I thought Andrew Garfield was an awesome Spider-Man, but he sucked as Peter Parker. I thought Tobey Maguire was an awesome Peter Parker, but he sucked as Spider-Man. And I think Tom Holland is the best of both worlds. So, that's how I feel about that. But yeah, just to answer your question, I'm not too happy about the number of Spider-Mans we have, but I do like them as an individual thing, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, let's get some more questions in here. Let's see here. I'm loading them up. Alright. Rohan from London. Would you like to see R-Truth turn heel? Absolutely. I miss Heel Truth. Remember Heel Truth in 2011? It was one of the best parts. Go back and watch a heel R-Truth promo from 2011. Matter of fact, we're going to do something real quick. We're going to do something real quick. I'm going to type in heel R-Truth on YouTube. I'm going to live react to whatever promo comes up first. We're going to listen to the entire thing. I'm not going to show it to you. I'm just going to pull it up on my phone, and we're just going to watch it. Okay, this is a good one. Here's his promo when he first turned heel. Y'all ready for this? Because I haven't actually heard a heel R-Truth promo since he turned. Lil Jimmy! God. I'm going to be busting out laughing in just a second, guys.
Selling out Deadpool?
Of course I am. It's an ad of Deadpool. I'm watching that movie too. Okay, here we go. So, here's R-Truth's heel turn. Here we go. Oh, this is when he just came out, I think. So he's outside right now. Just listen. Just listen to how interesting this sounds.
Raleigh, North Carolina!
So this is after he attacked John Morrison.
Shut up!
Told him to shut up.
Don't boo me, you should be booing yourself.
Oh yeah, remember that?
Okay,
Don't boo me. You should be booing yourself.
Break it down to your
He was a
head.
catchphrase machine.
The topic of the word today is you.
It's you.
That's what's up, you.
He actually was a good promo. He actually was really good at cutting promos. He still is too. But back then, as a
See,
heel.
they ain't got no home training. I'm gonna speak to y'all who listening.
He got no
It's
home
all
training.
about you. You
The
see,
truth shall set you
last
free.
week, John Morrison, my friend,
What?
my pal.
What?
Y'all gonna stop with that what? He came
Don't
out
want
here
me. Remember that?
and challenged me for
He played to the what chance very well. He was a good heel. I don't even know why they stopped making him a heel.
as I was saying.
Can y'all hear this, by the way? Is it good?
He challenged me
Yeah. Okay, what me?
for my spot in the championship
What?
triple threat match
What?
at Extreme Rules. Y'all hell off.
Y'all push me the hell off. Man, I miss this R-Truth. This was great. I don't even know why they stopped making him a heel.
Okay, I ain't gonna let y'all get to me. I'm not. You know what?
This is great. Hold on.
Why did he challenge
Okay, that's enough. That's enough. And then he had all kind of phrases. Little Jimmy, don't boo me. You should be booing yourself. Shazam! Just all kind of stuff. There's a lot of good things going on with R-Truth right now. Man, I hope he does turn heel. Because that was his best run in WWE for me. Alright, Johnny from Virginia. Do you think WWE should do another pay-per-view at the Hammerstein Ballroom like they did with ECW One Night Stand? I think eventually they should go back there just to do like one nostalgic show. I mean, we already did Raw 25. Might as well do another one. I'm cool with that. Brian Oliver from Dallas, Texas. Do you think WWE sabotaged the AJ and Nakamura match at WrestleMania so they wouldn't surpass Reigns and Lesnar? I would like to think that. I think what hurt AJ and Nakamura is the fact that the feud had no heat. The feud really didn't have much to go for it. And now that we have some heat behind it, I think the classic we wanted will probably end up getting down the road now. So there's that. Sam, this is Sam from Florida. Do you want to see Bryan have a match with The Undertaker at WrestleMania 35? No. Because I don't want to see Bryan lose to Taker in 5 minutes. Sorry. Not feeling that. If Taker is healthy and he's willing to put Bryan over, I would love to see it. But I do not want to see Taker beat Bryan in 5 minutes for nostalgia reasons. Sorry. What should WWE do with Titus O'Neil and Titus O'Neil? I think you mean Apollo Crews. Well, keep them where they are and split them up maybe in the near future with Apollo going to the main event and Titus going to catering. Alright, so Darius from Spokane. Spokane, not Spokane. Thank you for helping me pronounce it. So he actually wrote Spokane, not Spokane. That's gotta be Kane! Spokane, sorry. Darius from Spokane. What has been the best and worst storyline from 2017? Oh my goodness. From 2017, Jinder Mahal is the worst. Screw Jinder Mahal. The best? I'm either going to go with Miz and Cena and the whole divorce thing. With Nikki never getting a ring. Then the Total Bella BS skits. Those are good. They had a lot of good storylines though. You had AJ and Shane. There was a lot of good things going for SmackDown. There really was a lot of good things. Now, oh Lord, I knew someone was gonna ask me this question. I knew it was coming up. So let's have a conversation, ladies and gentlemen, about Nikki Bella and John Cena. How do I feel about John Cena and Nikki Bella breaking up? Let me just start off by saying this. I don't know Cena. I don't know Nikki. If you are ever in a relationship where you are miserable, you know you're not happy, don't stay in it. End it. Especially if it's mutual. If both of you are miserable and both of you are not happy, it doesn't matter if you have kids or not. Listen, you can do child support. The kid can come visit you on weekends or whenever, who has custody over them, can let the other person watch them over the weekends or whatever. But if you're miserable, you don't get along, you're arguing, and you already going through a lot in terms of life as it is. Life is hard, y'all. If you're miserable, don't stay. You try working it out, it doesn't work, break up. So the fact that they broke up, I'm not really too bothered by, because when it comes to Cena and Nikki, I never brought that relationship. Never in my entire life did I ever buy into this Cena and Nikki Bella thing. I never bought it. I always thought it was fake. I'm like, there's no way in hell they like each other. You know, the fact that they had to announce this over social media lets you know how fake it is. Because if it was real, like, they wouldn't be trying to let the public know about it. They would have been quiet. It would have been not as big of a deal. But they made an announcement about it, and then they're going to have the audacity to ask us to give them privacy. Y'all made an announcement over Twitter, over social media, telling the world that y'all broke up. We're going to talk about it. Welcome to 2018, where everything on social media, nothing is safe on the internet. Let me put it to you that way. Nothing is safe. And then the story behind it is, well, there are multiple stories. People say Cena broke up with Nikki. People say Nikki broke up with Cena. And they say Cena broke up with Nikki because he doesn't want any kids, and Nikki wants kids. And Nikki broke up with Cena because she felt like he wasn't into it. He knew he didn't really love her, and so she ended it. And this all happened weeks before their wedding. Isn't that ironic? Isn't it kind of ridiculous that they ended this weeks before the wedding? That's interesting. The timing of this is kind of odd and kind of off the more you think about it. Why are you ending this close to the wedding? It just really makes you think that this was never going to work either way. So, I don't know. I just kind of feel like Cena kicked out it too. He kicked out right before his wedding day. He kicked out. That boy got out of there. And I'm seeing all these memes of Cena. You see Cena running up the ramp, like in WrestleMania 34. Like, he's running up the ramp before he can come back and fight Taker. They're doing that meme for like they'll say when Cena realizes his wedding is weeks away, they show him running up the ramp. It's ridiculous. I'm sorry. Like, again, they clearly weren't happy with each other anyways, so they broke up. Okay. Just because Nikki has a... Look, I'll say it. Nikki is hot. She's got a body on her. But I can see how her as a person, as a personality, can be kind of hard to deal with. And Cena ain't trying to have babies. He probably just wanted to have someone to, go home to and have some fun with. He wanted... What he wanted was a sex partner. That's what he wanted. He didn't want to be tied down with kids. He can't be. Listen, John Cena is 40-something years old. Let me be accurate. He might be exactly 40, but let me be sure. How old is John Cena?
John Cena is 41 years old.
He's 41 years old. Okay, check this out. Guess when his birthday is? April 23rd. His birthday is tomorrow. He's going to be 42 years old. No, he's not. Wait. Time out. He's 40 today. He'll be 41 tomorrow because he was born in 1997. Okay, he was born in 1997. So he'll be 41 tomorrow. Still a bit old. If he doesn't have kids by now, he ain't gonna have kids. Because by the time they turn 18, he'll be like 60. Now, he ain't having kids. He'll probably give his sperm up for... he'll probably donate his sperm to somebody or something like that. I don't see him having kids. I don't see him doing that. I don't know why he wants to have kids. That's just how he is. I have no idea, but... Yeah, they're just different kind of people. That just wasn't going to work out. So, I don't know. It is what it is. Alright, so a couple more questions and I'm going to get out of here. Let's see here. From Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Ryan. First, I want to say that I'm new to the channel and I find your videos really entertaining. Well, thank you, Ryan. I think, let's see here. You seem to be very knowledgeable when it comes to the world of professional wrestling and how the WWE should be booked in their own storylines and feuds. Oh my god, thank you. You're not afraid to call out the company on their BS when it's necessary, and it's real hard to find people such as yourself. Oh, thank you. Most folks who claim to be wrestling fans never provide any sentiment of criticism towards the WWE and claim that the business is far too fortunate to ever be criticized. And anybody who does so is automatically considered a mark or smart or a negative person. Little do they realize that the only reason we condemn the WWE on certain situations is that we want to see the company and the wrestlers that work for them succeed. I like this Ryan person. You're hitting it. You're hitting it. You're not afraid to provide your own opinion regardless of how many people will put you down, and that's what I like about you. Keep doing your work, Dalyxman. Oh, thank you. Not really a question, but thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that. Okay, wait. Here's the question. After all that, now here comes the question. What are some of your dream matches that you really wanted to see happen in WWE, but the company never got around to making it to a reality? Shawn Michaels versus The Rock. Shawn Michaels versus The Rock never happened. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Hulk Hogan never happened. Sting versus The Undertaker never happened. Could have happened. That one pisses me off because they should have done that at WrestleMania 31. They know they should have. There was no reason to do Triple H and Sting and then Taker and Bray Wyatt. What the hell? You had Taker and Sting on the same show and you didn't do Sting versus Taker. What is wrong with you? Lord. Oh, did I break anything? Oh, good. I dropped my phone. I thought I broke it. Nope, still good. We still good. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus CM Punk. Definitely a match that I never got a chance to see that we should have seen. Oh my goodness. Eddie Guerrero versus Shawn Michaels never happened. I thought about that for a minute. Eddie Guerrero versus Shawn Michaels never actually fought each other. Wow. That would have been an awesome match too. Those are a couple of matches that I can think of off the top of my head. So there you go. Josh from Sacramento. Now that Johnny Gargano has given WWE 2 5-star matches over the course of 3 months, is it reasonable to say he is the best performer in WWE right now? Hell yes. Like, name the last person to give you 2 back-to-back 5-star matches. I'm waiting. I'll still keep waiting. I'm still waiting. Bret Hart, okay. Anybody else? Actually, he didn't give us, he gave us 5-star matches, but back-to-back 5-star matches? That's ridiculous. Johnny Gargano, back-to-back 5-star matches. That's really cool. So, yeah. Yeah, that's probably the best way to... Yeah, I think that's basically his way of saying he is one of the best performers, if not the best performer in WWE. I have to give him that. Melissa Hernandez. Melissa. What's going on, Melissa? How you doing? Okay, so Melissa asked me, are you a big Disney fan? I am. I used to watch, I kind of still do, but I used to watch Disney all the time. I still have the little VHS cassette tapes of all the Disney movies. When I was 10 years old, I used to have a shelf of them. You have a shelf of movies, and it'll be nothing but Disney films. Nothing but Disney films. I am going to see The Incredibles. I've been waiting for that since 2004. Since the first one, I've been waiting for a sequel. And I've been waiting for that 14 years? 14 years I've been waiting for this sequel. It better be freaking good. I'll be pissed off if it's not. It should be good. Which Beauty and the Beast you like better? 1991 or 2017? 1991. You can't beat the animated films. I hate these remakes. I'm sorry. I gotta say it. I do not like these live action remakes. I don't like the fact that we're doing live action remakes to the classic films. It's lazy. Just leave the classic films alone. I would rather they take the classic films, revamp them in HD, and then have them released in theaters. I would pay good money to see an HD version remake of Aladdin. Just because. Just because. Let me drink some juice real quick. Or Marie's tears. No, just because. It's just what it is. Out of sheer principle, I would go watch that. I don't like these live action films. I'm sorry. Let's see here. Jose, who would you book Randy Orton to put over... Oh, not who. Would you book Randy Orton to put over Andrade Cien Almas in his first major feud? You're asking me to have babyface Randy Orton put over Andrade Cien Almas. I would. I don't see that happening though. WWE. Let's see here. Brian Walmer from Newman, California. How long do you see Carmella holding the women's championship? Not very long. I'll give her to SummerSlam. SummerSlam. That's just how I feel about that. Jacob Tyler. Where do you see Jeff Hardy going from here on SmackDown? Probably being the workhorse wrestler of the SmackDown division like he was in 2008, 2009. Alfredo. How do you book Baron Corbin on Raw? And do you think he'll be Universal Champion one day? I have no idea if he'll ever be Universal Champion. They might make him champion just because, but I have no idea how to book him either. I don't really know how you book someone like Baron Corbin. I think the best way you could have booked him was how he was booked on NXT when he first came in, beating people in 30 seconds. When they killed that, it really just took away his whole gimmick. So there you go. That's all I got to see. Alright, so 3 more, then I'm going to get out of here. Raheem from Florida. What do you think about doing a show of your favorite Raws after WrestleMania? Not really much to work on. Personally, I like the idea of doing SummerSlams. And I do plan on... The plan is this summer, I do plan on watching SummerSlam and reviewing them. All SummerSlams and reviewing them leading up to SummerSlam 2018. I'll probably start that. The plan is to start that in July. So every day in July, I'll watch every SummerSlam, building to SummerSlam, which is the 30th SummerSlam here in 2018. So that's gonna be crazy. That should be fun. Let's see here. Last one. Last question that I gotta get out of here. This is Sideways 101100. Okay. Yes, shut up. I know I'm gonna have trouble with your name, Alan. But Sideways asked me this: how would you feel about Ronda Rousey becoming the first ever woman to win the WWE Championship? See, this is where I have to put my foot down on certain things when it comes to this whole women's revolution. Let me get up real quick. Let me stretch, because I know that I'm probably gonna piss a lot of people off. I know the feminists are probably gonna hate me for this, but you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and express myself. So, all right, I respect women's wrestling. I think seeing people like Bayley, Sasha, Ronda, Nia Jax, Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, Charlotte, Asuka, Carmella, Naomi, so on and so forth, NXT, Raw, SmackDown. I love that there's more emphasis put on women nowadays than it ever has been. And although it's gotten better, there's still some room to grow when it comes to female wrestling, especially in WWE. For a woman to be WWE champion, we need to understand that by doing that, you're opening up a can that once you open it, you cannot go back. Because what happens here, the moment you introduce a woman that is able to compete with men, and this is how I feel about it, that is basically telling the world that, okay, the women are just as good as the men. Cool. And they are. I do think women's matches can be just as good as men, but in terms of divisions, if a woman can compete for the WWE Championship, why have a women's division? That to me is what I gotta be real with you. What you will do if you have Ronda Rousey win the WWE Championship, what you're then telling the world is that, okay, it is perfectly okay for a woman to go up to the championship. So why have a women's division? Why do we have a women's division? You know, look, I'm not saying we shouldn't do it. I'm not saying that there never really should be a women's champion. China got really close to doing it. And listen, if there was ever a woman that I could see being a women's champion, a WWE champion, it was Chyna. Seriously. Like, I'm thinking about other women that could do it too. I think Nia Jax, if they really wanted to, they can push her as someone that can wrestle men. WWE champion though? I don't know. But this is where I'm going to start pissing people off. If we're going to do this, I'm cool with that. If you want to say women can compete for the WWE Championship, fine. The women's division needs to go away. Like, no women's division. Is that what we're doing? And then also, that also means we need to start making things fair. That means Ronda Rousey gets compared to every other man on the roster. That includes Braun Strowman. And if Ronda Rousey's going to be competing for the WWE Championship, I have to be able to tell myself, do I see Ronda Rousey beating Braun Strowman? And see, that's hard for me to say because that's the same thing as me saying, do I see Daniel Bryan beating Braun Strowman? So, again, I'm not really taking a stance on anything here. I'm not really taking a stance on anything. It's just in this world here. If you're going to create a scenario where Ronda Rousey could be WWE champion, okay, but don't do this thing where Ronda Rousey is the WWE champion, but she's the only woman that can compete with the men. No, screw that. No. Once you break that barrier down, it's down. That means, alright, it is fair game for everybody. That means Natalya can compete for it. That means Alicia Fox can compete for it. That means, insert female wrestler here, can compete for it. If that's what you want, go for it. I'm cool with that. So, that's all I'm going to say about that. I don't really have a stance on whether that's the right thing to do or not, because I have no idea. I don't know how that will go over with y'all. Maybe some people will like that. I just have to think, like, if you're going to go with that, could you make that work? I don't know. And any argument that I try to make could easily be countered. I don't see Ronda Rousey beating Braun Strowman. Well, do you see Bryan beating Braun Strowman? And then you go, well, crap. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if I should really touch it more on this. So, tell you what. I personally am going to throw my hands up and say, live chat, what do you think about it? Live chat, comments, how you feel about the idea of Ronda Rousey being a WWE champion. And let me know down below. Kevin Holden. Tessa Blanchard just appeared on Impact. Okay. I don't watch Impact. Tessa Blanchard, though, awesome talent. I hope she does well. So, that's it for me, ladies and gentlemen. That is your boy Dalyxman's Q&A Corner. I hope you enjoyed it. Tell me how you feel about everything I talked about. How do you feel about Bryan and Miz as a feud? How would you, as a fan, like to see this feud be booked? Do you agree with my booking? Do you feel like it could be better? Do you want to change it? Let me know down below in the comments. But thank you guys for watching this. You guys are awesome. I am definitely going to go hop in this bed over here because I'm tired. But I will be up here tomorrow night to talk about Raw and the Greatest Royal Rumble. Because Friday, I'm letting y'all know, Friday, the plan, and I'll talk more about this tomorrow, but the plan is to be up in the morning to watch the Greatest Royal Rumble. Because the moment that's over, I am coming up here immediately to do a review on it. Because I don't want to have anything else to worry about later that night. Because later that night, Avengers. Friday, nothing else matters but Avengers. You hear me? You hear me? But thank you guys for watching. I'm about to get myself out of here. We're gonna go get something to eat. This is your boy Dalyxman signing off right here, and your boy Dalyxman's World. Peace out.